Well, aloha. And we are going to look at what to read. It's been a while that I've been going on Wikipedia. That's the usual thing with me, just roaming around, reading up anything that just interests me, so nothing's more different. Yet, what I'm wondering is what should I read through? And I just highlighted infantry because what is it? Today's feature article is the Battle of St. Charles was fought on June 17th, 1862 at St. Charles, Arkansas during the American Civil War. Yeah, early in 1862, a force commanded by Samuel R. Curtis, a major general of the Union Army, became bogged down in northern Arkansas. So, I wonder if it just changed. Okay, it doesn't change. Frank Russell, 2nd Earl Russell, 1865 through 1931, was a British nobleman, barrister, and politician, the older brother of the philosopher Bertrand Russell. In the youth, he enjoyed 4 happy years at Winchester College, but was dismissed from Balliol College, Oxford. Yeah, so there's always other articles. It's interesting that, what is it, going back, it showcases this page, but then when I go click on the Wikipedia icon page, it leads me to here. So that's interesting. Now there's a random article button right on the left side where whenever I press it, it gives me a different article every time. Now, seems like it keeps on talking about random people's articles. Okay, now it's uh related topics, so that does show that it does change. It's different. Now, let's see. Tarhipti. Tarhipti is a village in Lehio district of Laka, India. It is located in the Likir Tenzil. Demographics and all that such. It's a short one, so let me actually go through it. The demographics for Tarhipti, according to 2011 Census of India, Tarhipti has 20 households. The effective literacy rate, i.e., the literacy rate of the population excluding children aged 6 and below, is 57.45%. And then it shows you the steps under a table of the demographics from 2011. Main workers, marginal workers, threats, population, children aged below 6 years old, and all stuff. You know, I am searching this up, so I might as well learn how to pronounce it, especially since it's short. I don't want to play a video, I just want to hear it. Tahiti. No, it's not Tahiti. Tarhipti. Tarhipti. Interesting. So whenever I search this, pronunciation, it goes to Tahiti instead of Tahiti. Yeah. Still won't want me to. What's the nuisance? Tahiti, Tahiti. Alright. Tahilta, Tahiti. Yeah, no. It all goes straight to Tahiti and Tahiti. And that stinks. It seems like a bunch of people don't talk much about India, especially when it comes to geography. Something I like learning geography is that these places, people have lived in these people, immigrated to where I live at, where I visit. So it does show that it's possible that I meet someone who is from there, and I could be one of the few people who actually would know the place, talk to them. A nice way to ease the mood. Now, Tarahipti. There should be a way to pronounce it. How to pronounce Indian names? Okay. What was I gonna say? Indian
names.
Yeah, it's just Indian names. Alright. And Kolsi. Tapati. It's close enough.
Tapti.
Tapti. Tapti. So, it's possible that I have to look for a damn video. Oh my god.
Chati.
What's that?
Chati. Chati.
Chati?
Chati.
Chati. Okay. I have it here, so let me search. 5 years in making, this better be worth it. Yet, Capricorn. Why am I searching? What the f... So, yeah, it's too bad. We'll talk about it. At least there's Ladaki. So, oh, there's a pronunciation here. Alright, how to play this? Because it's been times where I always go through here, yet things is quite challenging. Help, IPA, English. Yeah, it just tells me all this stuff. Gives me a table, other instructions. So it looks like it's just telling me that I should read it by myself. Lekdaki. Ledaki. Ladaki. Might as well search it and just see what comes up. Ladaki, the most beautiful place I visited. Summer vacation in Lakti. 10 beautiful tourist place. Le Lakti. Yeah, I might as well because they're probably gonna. This is a generic one that just tells you about places. Just need to hear what someone says. Oh, you just said it.
हिमाचल के उत्तर में स्थित भारत की सबसे खूबसूरत
Ladaki. Lataki. Yeah, I'm not pronouncing it right, but he said it's close enough. So Ladakhi is a region administrated by India as a union territory, which constitutes as a part of the larger Kashmir region and has been subject to dispute between India, Pakistan, and China since 1947. You know what? Let me go through the India wiki so I could talk about the general info about geography of India and much of its history and such. Now, this is gonna be a lot. A damn lot challenging. I might as well just cover as much as I can in a good amount of time so I could really understand a lot more than I did before. So we'll see. India, officially the Republic of India, is a country in South Asia. It is the 7th largest country by area, the 2nd most populous country, and the most populous democracy in the world. Bounded by the Indian Ocean on the south, the Arabian Sea on the southwest, and the Bay of Bengal on the southeast. It shares land borders with Pakistan to the west, China, Nepal, and Bhutan to the north, and Bangladesh and Myanmar to the east. In the Indian Ocean, India is in the I was getting confused about that. India is in the vicinity of Sri Lanka and the Maldives. Its Andaman and Nicobar Islands share a maritime border with Thailand, Myanmar, and Indonesia. Modern humans arrived on the Indian subcontinent from Africa no later than 55,000 years ago. Their long occupation, initially in various forms of isolation as hunter-gatherers has made the region highly diverse, second only to Africa in human genetic diversity. Settled life emerged in the subcontinent in the west margins of the Indus River basin 9,000 years ago, evolving gradually into the Indus Valley civilization of the 3rd millennium BCE. By the 1200 BCE, an archaic form of Sanskrit and Indo-European language has diffused into India from the northeast, unfolding as the language of the Rig Veda, and recording the dawn of Hinduism in India. The Dravidian languages of India were supplemented to the northern and western regions. By 500 BCE, stratification and exclusion by caste has emerged within Hinduism, and Buddhism and Jainism had arisen, proclaiming social orders unlinked to hereditary. Early political constellations gave rise to the loose-knit Maurya and Gupta empires based on the Ganges basin. Their collective era was suffused with wide-ranging creativity, but also marked by the declining status of women and the incorporation of the intouchability. Okay. And the incorporation of intouchability into an organized system of belief, referring to the untouchable people in the caste system in Indian society. In South India, the Middle Kingdoms exported Dravidian languages, scripts, and religious cultures to the kingdoms of Southeast Asia. So yeah, Southeast Asia, Myanmar, Thailand, and the area that will be known as Bangladesh. In the early medieval era, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, and Zoroastrianism became established on India's southern and western coast. Muslims armies from Central Asia intermittently overran India north to north. Yeah. Central Asia intermittently overran India's northern plains, eventually founded the Delhi Sultanate, and drawing northern India into the cosmopolitan network of medieval Islam. In the 15th century, the Vijayanagar Empire created a long-lasting composite Hindu culture in South India. In the Punjab, Sikhism emerged, rejecting institutionalized religion. The Mughal Empire in 1526 ushered in 2 centuries of relative peace, leaving a legacy of luminous architecture. Gradually expanding rule of the British East India Company followed, turning India into colonial economy, but also consulting its sovereignty. British Crown rule began in 1858. The rights promised to India were granted slowly, but technological changes were introduced and ideas of education, modernity, it's not maternity, it's modernity, and the public life took root. A pioneer and influential nationalism movement. National movement. That was that. Yeah, right now I actually just lost my position. Yeah, current economy, British rule. The rights promised to Indians were granted slowly, but technological changes were introduced. The ideas of education, minority, and the public life took root. A pioneering influential nationalism movement emerged, which was noted for nonviolent resistance and became the major factor in Indian British rule. In 1947, 2 years after World War II ended, the British India Empire was partitioned into 2 independent dominions, a Hindu majority dominion of India and a Muslim majority dominion of Pakistan, amid large-scale loss of life and unpreached migration. Yeah, I was partition for y'all. India has been a federal republic since 1950, governed in a democratic parliamentary system. It is the pluralistic, multilingual and multi-ethnic society. India's population grew from 361 million in 1951 to 1.211 billion in 2011. During the same time, its normal per capita income increased from US $64 annually to US $1,498, and its literacy rate from 16.6% to 74% was being comparatively destitute country in 1951. India has become a fast-growing major economy and a hub for information technology services. With the expanding middle class, it has a space programming which includes several planned or completed extraterrestrial missions. India movies, music, and spiritual teachings play an increasing role in global culture. Bollywood, pretty much. India has substantially reduced the rate of poverty, though the cost of increasing economic inequality. India is a nuclear weapon state which ranks high in military expenditure. It has disputes over Kashmir with its neighbors Pakistan and China, unresolved since the mid-20th century. Among the socioeconomic challenges India faces are gender inequality, child malnutrition, and the rising levels of air pollution. India land is mega diverse with 4 biodiversity hotspots. Its forest covers comprises 21.7% of its area. India's wildlife, which has traditionally been viewed with tolerance in India's culture, is supported among these forests and elsewhere in protective environments. Yeah, that's a lot with this country. This big old country that, man, it just sticks out as part of the world. And this is the flag. Flag that has the color orange. Where, what is it? Not many countries have the color orange. Strange. But yeah, capital is New Delhi, along with largest cities Mumbai and Delhi. Which Delhi is a metropolitan area, while Mumbai is a city proper. So can't confuse with two of those, but the way I look at it is, in India it would be when it comes to the biodiversity in those places. And the native languages is 447 languages. Religion, 79.8% are Hinduism, and the majority is Islam. There's other sects. Jainism is just 0.4%, but that's still a good amount of people. Now, following other things, these are all the contents under here. From epistemology, history, geography, biodiversity, politics and government, foreign economy, culture, and demographics. Now, 10 through 14 are just resources. See also notes, references, bibliography, external links as usual. So yeah, I could get started. Let's go with entomology. Let's see. Oh yeah, let me see. Yeah, I think I could read all this. The city. Entomology. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, 3rd edition 2009, the name India is derived from the classical Latin India, a reference to South Asia and an uncertain region to the east, and in turn derived successfully from Hellenistic Greek India, Involvala. Yeah, it's quite strange. Ancient Greek Indos, Old Persian Hindush, a certain eastern province of the Achaemenid Empire, and ultimately the cognitive census Sindhu or river, specifically the Indus River, and by implication its well-suited southern basin. The ancient Greeks referred to the Indians as Hindu, which translates as the people of the Indus. So this goes to the whole Indus River Valley and that ancient civilization because they look at that as an exotic thing, especially when it comes to ancient Greece, conquest of Alexander the Great. What was it? Alexander of Macedon, and then when it comes to the Silk Road, so there shows importance there. The term Bharata. Oh, I could listen to this. Pulls me way here.
Bharat.
Bharat. No, it's just Bharat. The term Bharat, mentioned in both Indian epic poetry and the Constitution of India, is used in variation by many Indian languages. A modern rendering of the historical name Bharatvarsha, which implied originally into North India, Bharat gained increased currency from the mid-19th century as a native name for India. Hindustan. Let's see, what's Hindustan? Hindustan. Okay. Hindustan is a Middle Persian name for India, introduced during the Mughal Empire and used widely since. Its meaning has varied, referring to a region encompassing present-day North India and Pakistan, or the India in the north entirely. And yeah, it does show that, at least with India, people refer it to its native name. I mean, it's not like Persia. The land that used to be Persia is now Iran, because Iran is a term people can refer to Iranian culture, even though historically it used to be Persia. But it does show that it's being more inclusive. So at least with India, it was once India and it's called India. And then there's other names related to the meaning of it. And that's the cool thing about learning about etymology, just learn about the word history and definitions. But yeah, it has a long history of why it's called that. From what? India, in English, Latin, Bharat, and Hindustan. Yeah, when it comes to all this, Latin, English, Persian, all that. So, I'll get to this again. Anywho, aloha.